Journal Entry 18. The Final Letters. Dear Reader, if you read this while I, Wulopin Ivoryheart of the Vigil, Ashen Chapter, is still alive, I beg you to read no further. The content within these letters are meant to be handed out to respective recipient at the event of my death. If you read this note in the business of going through my tent in the event of my death, I beg of you, as a last request, bring these letters to the ones they are addressed. From the underworld I extend to you my never-ending gratitude if you aid me in this. Letter 1. To Deborah Borghese, House Borghese, Divinity's Reach. Dear Deborah, if you get this letter I have fallen in awe, probably during the assault of Arah. I can only hope the others made it and that Zaitan has fallen. I think I never told you how grateful I am for you taking care of me during my childhood, or I didn't say it enough. I know I was never able to be the son you always dreamed of, and in that aspect I am a failure. But I still hope that in some way, unknown to me, you are proud of me, and please don't cry. Try to find comfort in that I finally found a family for myself. A family as dysfunctional as the one I came to know in your house, but a family that sticks up for each other when it really matters, and I will gladly give my life for them as they would for me. So if I can ask you of a favor from the underworld, the Vigil battles for your safety. Please take the threat from the dragons seriously and try to give the Vigil a contribution so that they can keep on fighting the dragons. Lastly, I pray that you and Nathaniel have found a way to improve your relationship, and then tell him I forgive him for all the things he did to me. Sincerely, Wulopin Ivoryheart. Letter number 2. War Master Alicia Wilhelm, Ashen Chapter, The Vigil. War Master, I salute you. If you read this letter I have fallen, but you are still alive, and that probably means that the assault on Arah was successful. I want to take this time to say a few things I never told you during my lifetime. Thank you for having me in your chapter. I know we never came to get to know each other, but trust me, I have the utmost respect for you. You led by setting an example from the front lines, never hesitating to throw yourself into the toughest fights possible on the battlefield. Never stop doing that. Never stop being human. If we stop being human, the battle against the dragons is lost. Never let anyone beneath your rank tell you what to do, but never cease to listen to other perspectives. Maintain, no, increase discipline on all levels below you. Start doing that immediately, so when things heat up again you will have a more drilled and disciplined force at your command. You do not sharpen your blade in combat, you do it during quiet moments. You understand my point. I never took up much of your time during my lifetime, and I am not planning to start from beyond my grave, so with nothing more to say, War Master, it has been an honor. Salute, Crusader Wulopin Ivoryheart. Letter 3. Night Flesh Torn, Hammer Squad, Ashen Chapter, The Vigil. Night Flesh Torn. When you read this letter you probably know that I have fallen. I just have a few words I want to say to you. Your squad respects you. I think more than they respect the War Master, at least some of them. So you are doing something right. Keep it up, Fur-Nose. Signed, Bear Dude. P.S. I never had anything against you personally. I was happy to be in your squad. Letter number 4. Crusader Mist, Hammer Squad, Ashen Chapter, The Vigil. Mist. You do not like lovey-dovey, as you put it, so I am not going to give you any of that. I am dead if you read this, and there is some things that I want you to know. You were the first one that seemed to really want to get to know me when I first walked into camp that afternoon some weeks ago. And for that I am grateful. But the latest week things have not been the same, or not like they used to be, and I do not know why. And seeing that we are assaulting the gates to Zaitan himself soon, I fear there will be no time to repair what seems to be broken. So I will just say it here with a few words. I like you, Mist. Take this in any way you see fit. I know you will not miss me, and that is good. You are truly a remarkable person, and a fearsome fighter. May Codon bless you on your journey. Signed, Wulopin. Letter number 5. Darkbow, Hammer Squad, Ashen Chapter, The Vigil. Darren, if you read this I am dead and you are alive. I guess you reading this letter finally proves who of us was the greatest ranger in the chapter, right? Anyway, it was really nice meeting you. From the first day you made me feel welcome, laying away your rank while we were scouting for the source of the relentless risen attacks. I only regret I didn't come to get to know you better. I think we could have been good friends. Take care of Niwi. She is a really nice girl. And whatever you went through out there on your own, do not keep it inside. Find someone that you trust and tell, or it will eat you alive from the inside until you are an empty shell. Stay vigil, may the Six watch over you, and keep your arrows sharp. Signed, Crusader Wulopin Ivoryheart. Letter number 6. Crusader Kari Kelreminis, Recruit Squad, Ashen Chapter, The Vigil. Kari. By now you probably know that I am dead. You never liked fancy words, so I will keep this letter short and blunt. I didn't get to know you properly, and I know we had our moments of disagreement, but I count you as a friend. Maybe Harley brought us a little closer. I wish you all the best for the future, whatever you decide to do. It was my privilege to know you. May the Six watch over you, friend. Signed, Wulopin Ivoryheart. Letter 7. Crusader Rorik Stonemantle, Recruit Squad, Ashen Chapter, The Vigil. Rorik, big guy. I have fallen, and there are some things I wish to tell you. I have never forgotten the first day we met you in Ascalon. You were a hunter then, and look now how far you have come. You are a soldier of the Vigil, and you have assaulted the gates of Arah, the city of the gods, and battled Satan's most fearsome minions and survived. You should be really proud of yourself. That will be a tale like no other to boast when you return one day to your homelands, won't it? What I wanted to tell you is that I think you have a good heart. You are a mighty warrior, and I always counted you amongst my friends. It was good to meet you. I wish you the best of luck. Signed, Wulopin Ivoryheart. Letter number 8. Crusader Fawkes, Blade Squad, Ashen Chapter, The Vigil. Fawkes, keep on killing Risen. I have no doubt you will be the last person in the chapter to fall at the assault on Arah. You are a good fighter with a bad personality. Cunt. Sincerely, Wulopin Ivoryheart. Letter 9. Crusader Stromson, Leader of Recruit Squad, Ashen Chapter, The Vigil. Crusader Stromson, I have fallen, but that is probably not news for you. From the day I first met you and saw my oath to you, I have looked up to you, even during times when I did not approve of your actions and your treating of other recruits. I hope I went down with honor. Disappointing you is something I never wished, but we do not always get what we want to, do we? I want to thank you for the lessons you taught me, and apologize for any behavior that caused you unnecessary trouble. Harleen told me you used to have a softer side. I can only wish that you someday find your way back to it. I do not know what caused the change, but as you might know, the hard blade might be sharp, but it also breaks easy. While the softer blade might not have as sharp an edge, it does not break. The perfect steel to make the perfect blade strikes a balance between these two. Try to find your balance. I wish you a good life, instructor. Signed, Crusader Wulopin Ivoryheart. Letter 10. Crusader Binns, Ashen Chapter, The Vigil. Crusader Binns, I do not know if you will join us in the assault on Arah, but if you do not, know this. When you read this letter, I have fallen. Hopefully I died with honor, making you proud, or at least not disappointing you, since you would probably say it was to be expected of me. We did not always agree on matters, but in retrospect I can see your point, and maybe I was wrong. Or maybe you and I only have different ways of solving things, no way better than the other. But I always sought to make you proud. Failing that proved to be surprisingly hurting for me. From the afterlife, I have one thing I beg of you, as a favor I cannot repay. If Fredrickson is alive, will you or maybe your sister take him to a bear shrine in your homelands? I never got to see it for myself, but I think he would like to spend his last years at such a place. Your sister had a really good hand with him, and he seems to like you as well. With this, I bid you farewell, and I wish you success in whatever comes your way. May the spirits of the wild guide you. Sincerely, Crusader Wulopin Ivoryheart. Letter 11, Crusader Mixie, Blade Squad, Ashen Chapter, The Vigil. Mixie, you are a bright shining star in a land of darkness. You light up the mood of almost everyone around you, and on many occasions that has lifted my spirit up, at times when I felt myself staring into the abyss. You have so many friends at the camp. Focus on those and ignore the ones that doesn't see you as a friend. You are wasting precious energy on them, and they are not worthy. When you read this, I am dead. I bet you and the other medics did whatever was in your power to save me. Do not feel bad about my death. It was maybe my time to go, written long ago in the eternal alchemy. Having said this, sometimes you can act like a child, and in my mind that is unfit for the vigil. I know you probably know the War Master better than I do, but she is not unapproachable and unreasonable, not as far as I know. I think if you try to be a little more disciplined, you might find that it solves some issues. Forgive me for speaking out like this when I hardly know you, but when speaking from the other side, it is easy to give yourself some loose reins. May you forever continue to sparkle, you, the sparkliest of all, and remember to eat blueberries. Sincerely, Wulopin Ivoryheart.